Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me going over Q4 of the weekly contest to reach 26. Ooh. Closest prime numbers in range. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this problem. This one, I think, to be honest, I'm a little bit annoyed about it, especially as a Python user. I mean, if you watch this channel enough, you'll know that I complain a lot about Python in general. Not about Python, but about Python on Leetcode. And this one, the first thing I would notice is that the constraint goes up to 1 million, which is kind of a little bit tight because even n log n for 1 million, it really depends on the number of input cases that they have, right? And that makes it a little bit tricky to kind of figure out. And there are a couple of things you can do, but I don't want to go over them because I feel like those are kind of hacking the Leetcode stupidness and not really dealing with the problem on a per case basis. So the way that I'm gonna, and I'll talk about them a little bit at the end of this video, or at the end of the explanation part of the video before my thing. But I'll go over it quickly. I think this one. One of the reasons I don't like it is, I think this is a cool thing to learn for sure. But one thing is that, a couple of things, I suppose. One is that you're probably not going to get this on an interview. If you do get something like this on an interview, let me know. Then I'll update my prior. But I just feel like prime numbers and stuff like this don't really come up on CS interviews or like SVE or SWE, software engineering interviews. Or at least because I don't feel like... Because a lot of it requires knowing knowledge, which maybe is helpful in some cases and depending on what you do, but it doesn't really tell me about the candidate's problem solving skills, right? Like, whether someone knows trivia. There are interviewers that are very happy with just, trivia type interviews. But for me, it's about, when I do these kind of interviews, is about, try to see how far they can go, and what kind of things they're thinking and stuff like that, right? And this one does not really do that, to be frank. The second one is that for me, I actually struggled a little bit with this problem because I thought maybe there's some other things we can exploit, just because I thought that the vanilla answer is a little bit too obvious. And I'll talk about that in a second. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll talk about it. I thought maybe there's something we can play with the doubt tail or something like that. But one thing that is also about knowing the literature, maybe not. Which goes with the other thing, right? Is that if you know the literature, then you know that you can really, if you know all the prime literature, you'll probably know very quickly, which I did to some degree. Maybe I could have been quicker. That there's really no better way. There's only maybe two in theory feasible ways, but one of them you can rule out pretty quickly, which is to do the primes up to the square root of n thing to see if it's a prime, and then the other thing is the sieve of Denise. I always say it wrong. So let me. Denise. Okay, let's see.
We are looking at how to pronounce this name as well as how to say more.
Oh, jeez. Just tell me.
Essentially a polymath. How do you say it? Eratosthenes.
I don't even think that was a good video, to be honest. Anyway, why does that video have to be like 5 minutes and then ads and stuff? Anyway, sorry, friends. Let me type it out so you could Google it, and we'll talk about the other stuff later. But basically, you want to Google sieve of error. Did I spell that right? No, I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, so basically this is something that I would learn about, and also this is in a way trivia. Not to say trivial as in it's easy, trivia as in either you know it or you don't. If you don't know it, you're probably not getting it during the contest. It's named after someone dead for a reason, right? not to say that you can't come up with it. It's just that that's an unreasonable expectation during an interview, during a contest, etc. Which is why I wouldn't ask this. But yeah, and if you know this, then at least for me with Python, it seems like it feels like it's on the borderline of acceptable, in the sense that Leetcode Python is slow, right? That's basically the idea. But yeah, after you realize that you could use the Sif, then that's pretty much it. You just go up to 1 million and implement it. I'm gonna go over my implementation really quickly, but that's the other thing I don't like about this problem is that there's no usage of this, right? It's just literally you plug in the Sif, like, and I would say even I mean, it's easy to type as well, so I don't know that I believe that. Some people are really doing that trick up here, huh? These people, they don't, man. Oh wow, a lot of people are doing that trick. I didn't even notice. Damn it, Josh. This is what happens. But yeah, anyway, sorry. What I was going to say is that a lot of people either have it pre-coded or they just know it very, very well, because this is something that comes up a lot in competitive programming. And if you're into competitive programming, I do urge that you get very familiar and strong about this. But if you're not, then it really doesn't come up that much. Yeah. Yeah, but basically that's it. I'm gonna go over my code because for me, it's just, I wouldn't say it's a plug and play. And if you watch me solve it live, I actually wrote this out, during the contest, and it's really not that hard to write. So yeah, but basically I just said, I don't know why I said and like this, but yeah, I set everything to true, and then I'm not going to go over the algorithm too much. I'm just going to go over my implementation. But the idea is that you start out with an array of a lot of numbers, and then maybe I'll wait a few more, and then you alternatingly, well, one is not a prime. You say, okay, 2 is, you take the smallest number, you go, okay, 2 is a prime, and then now you cross out every other number, multiples of 2s. And then the next number, 3 is a prime, then you cross out the 3, you cross out the 6, you cross out the 9, so every third number, and then so forth. That's basically the idea. The visualization here is not that great, and I'm skipping over it, but there are good explanation videos for sure. It's something that is taught very early on, but you might just not think about it because it really doesn't come up that much unless you know about it. And in competitive, I suppose. But yeah, so basically this is what I do. So I wrote true, I set 0 and 1 to false. I set infinity is equal to, this is just infinity. And I just basically, this is just to keep track of stuff, but this is the actual Sif. So for k is from 2 to n. I set the current is equal to k. And then if it's prime, I check whether this prime number is within left and right. And this code is just really just to, get two consecutive prime numbers, and then just count the delta between them, and then whether this is, just optimizing for this part of the thing, right? The minimum, and then if they're the same, then and take the minimum nums 1, right? So that's basically what this code does. You could read this more slowly if you like, but that's basically what it does here. And otherwise, we start at k square, and then we just cross them off one by one, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, and then at the end, if we haven't found any numbers, we return -1. Otherwise, we return the best, and then best plus best delta, which is what I have here to bookkeeping. It's a very boring application. I make it slightly smaller. Yeah, it's a very boring application, so I don't even know what to say about this, other than read up on the Sif, because this is really all the code. And if you know the complexity, I'm not going to prove the complexity here, but to at least, I'm going to tell you that this is going to be O of n log n. So, and time and O of n space, obviously. Obviously from the primes, I suppose, is why I say it that way. And n, of course, in this case, is not the input size, so you may want to reword this. I know that I'm a stickler for it, but for this problem, I'll just keep it here for now. And this is from the fact that it is going to be, if it's a 2, it's going to be 1/2 plus 1/3 plus 1/4 ... and this adds up to plus 1 over n, which sums to n log n. You could kind of there's a proof there as well. I'm not gonna go over that because that's a lot more maths, but definitely read it up if you're interested about that. Um, but yeah, that's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. Yeah, stay good, stay healthy to good mental health. Happy New Year, and you can watch me solve it live in the contest now. Okay, that was a silly mistake. Oh man, silly mistake. I was thinking about typing it, but I didn't. So that is okay. It is what it is, I guess. Okay, focus. Silly mistake. Now I'm tilted. Okay, let's see. Both primes. 10 to the 6, huh? It's a million. I don't know. What a dumb mistake. On the last one, I mean. Kind of a little bit sad about it. So dumb, Larry. No, this is the other one. Yeah. That's the sad part, is that this is going to finish pretty close. So that means that that 5 minutes is going to really hurt, because people are probably already done by now, to be honest. If I'm being honest. Oh, minimum numbers 1. Oh wait, no, you still have to minimize this. It's just really awkwardly phrased. No, that's fine. Be a little bit careful this time. Well, that's almost right, but 11:13. Oh, did I not update? Oh, whoops. If this is smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna YOLO. I mean, I guess I could try. Yeah, okay. Good enough for me. If it times out, I have to think about how to do it right. What a silly mistake. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this problem, this explanation, this contest, whatever you like to talk about. Yeah, have a good new year if you're watching this near the new year. And even if you're not, still have a good new year. That's what I have. So stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye. Boop.